All right. So, pre-market is looking positivo. Oil is down a little bit. Nothing to write home about though. And you know, 10-year bond is still lower than that um what you call a bond? That Bank of America bond. At closing, we were negativo. By a lot, it seems like. I don't know why. I don't remember it being that down, but I guess we're gonna prove it was a down day. All right, so we'll start with the downside. Roku, who cares? We don't trade it. Snow, who cares? AAL, I thought finally it would start to come up. It didn't. It's going way past our levels, and it's looking weak. The CEO was on Squawker, I believe on Thursday or Friday or sometime last week. And I was hoping that would help it come up, but it just dropped like a hot rock. And I don't know what to say because, from my understanding, people were still traveling and still paying ridiculous prices for tickets. So, I just don't know what to say other than on Friday, this thing dropped a lot and it's just been continuing to drop. I don't think we have any news on the airlines. I thought earnings were decent the last time. So I don't know. Why is this crazy thing in my way? Did I move this? To me, to have higher earnings, but you're negative for revenue, to me, I would think that would be somewhat good. But hey, to me it sounds good, but I don't know. I don't have anything to tell you. Tesla, we know what happened with earnings. We know the drop. The next question is, we got a level here, but I think everyone should be in agreement that it's probably going to continue to drop. That's what I'm assuming. Yeah, so yeah, this doesn't look good. Close to 10%. They're still making money. But the revenue decrease is double over double the earnings. So, this whole drop the prices thing, it seems like it's not working for them. But to get what do you call it, quantity, I guess they feel they have to do it. But yeah, so yeah, it's going down. So you may want to stay. Maybe if there's a pop, at least you can put short the pop. So maybe if there's a pop on Monday for Tesla,
Ma'am,
you can go with it.
I don't have my notes, so my notepad. Do you want me to put it in the chat and you take a picture?
And you could put it in the chat and you could take a picture and
I
send
don't
it.
have my phone. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
Oh, well, can you get it from the boys?
No, that was the exchange. I would get this computer so for the phone.
Okay, all right. So Tesla short the pop, and that's short the pop um for Monday. Short the pop on Monday, and yeah, we'll see how that goes. Uh, EBC was down over 3%, which is a little bit surprising for me, but it seems like we're gonna hit this 10 here. I don't know why, but it's just big going straight down. They're in the middle of buying a bank. I forget if it's Century or something like that. Put in the notes, research EBC um uh buyout. Um Open and still negative. It never we were thinking maybe we get up to that 275. It hasn't got up there. It's just been tanking. So um it looks like uh we 1, 2, 3, and I said it may come back up, it may not, but it looks like you're not gonna get a chance to short that 275. If you do, then short it over the winter. But it looks like you won't get a chance to do it. Airbnb, who cares? Amazon, uh, negative also. Um, may do a pop up like a lot of these do on Monday. If you can get the pop, if Monday's kind of like a bull day, uh, then try to get the pop and go up. If it's not, things may continue to go down. So, on a lot of these stocks, if you like them, try to get try to go long. Um, Dollar Tree, yeah, it went down a good percentage, over 2%, 2.5%. Oops, sorry. And let's just see if things go up or if they keep going down, and it'll tell you. We'll know if it's going to be a strong day or not. So, um, but yeah, it looks like it's already filling this gap. So, uh, Bank of America, negative. Uh, even though the bank did well, uh, with earnings, and it did go up for, I guess, a couple of, it wicked up, but came back down. So it does tell me that um the market's not strong. If even with the banks going up, and Bank of America, how Sean has said, how Bank of America, on when it had previously done well for earnings, it had went up the earnings day and the second day after earnings, and it looks like it wicked up, but it ended up going down for the day. So that would tell me this market's a little weak.
It
Uh,
did it did that 2 days in a row, if you notice. It
yeah,
wicked up, and turned around.
that's what I was saying. So, XOM, who knows what it's doing? Um, it's hard for me to get a read on this, because now we have two wars, possibly three if you count that other small one going on. So I really don't know how to read this. It looks like it could be going up, uh, but I just don't know. And the only, if I had to bet, I'd bet that it's going up. So just based on how we're looking at this level here, 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 and then it seems like we're going here again and maybe a fly up. So, but that doesn't go with what I think it should be. But I'm not going to go with what I think it should be, because I would think it would be going down, but maybe it's just too early for it to be going down. So I'm just going to um you know see what it is, see what it's doing, and go with that. Um uh so yeah. Um so we did what? Uh we didn't do VA. That's still over one and a half down. So this is crossing. This is very bad. And I am sorry someone's making noise. I am not the type to um I'm not the type to buy BAS is going down because it has been weak. So I want it to keep going. So obviously we'll let it pass here and we'll see if it will go further. Um and just go from there. Uh this does look like a good area, but I want to see if it will come up first because the trend still it was really strong for a while and the trend's still looking bad. No, excuse me. So, uh, obviously that's a loca in the background. Um, so now we have Google, and Google has been relatively strong.
Can
Uh,
you, sorry
on,
to interrupt, madam.
yes,
Can you double check what day Alphabet, aka Google, has? I believe it's Tuesday. This has
yes.
earnings.
Google has been relatively strong. One, two, three, or one, two, three, four, however you want to count it. It seems like it's going higher and higher. So this was one of the ones with Amazon before Amazon got sued. We said it was going to hit its peak, and then will triumphantly come down. So if you still want to catch the elevator up, you can. And eventually there will be an elevator going down, probably come the new year. Um, so just
I
make
think
note
this
of that.
elevator is gonna be strong. They've been doing well.
So just make note of that. So what is this? Apple? Oh, no. So Google, um, 2 days from now, the 24th. So Apple, we have uh this is trending get down, I should say. You can count one, two, three. So it looks weaker. So maybe if you want to short the pop, you can, but it is Apple, so if you may just wait for a weekday and then, but it is seems to be going down. Meta, believe it or not, I think has been the strong one in this whole thing. Um, so Meta looks to be fairly strong. It's in our zone, not at the top. So obviously, you want to at least wait till the top. Meta seems to be on a different schedule. So, yeah. I have a personal vendetta with Meta, to want to short it because I feel in my mind it's weak, but that is it's trended not to be too true based on what
I
has
believe it's also
happened.
on Thursday. Can you double check that, please, ma'am?
Yes. Based on what has happened. Um, it has not turned out to be true. But 3 days from now instead of 2 days from now. So
Mm-hmm.
so Microsoft, uh this one I think is starting to trend down. Um so that's to me thinking that maybe a good area to get it and let it go. If you want to get ahead of the game. If you want to wait, you want to wait. Um, but that's on you. Walmart. Uh, let's see. Um, what's going on with Walmart? I don't know if this is a turn downward. It had seemed to been going up. Uh, but yeah. But obviously, it's been very strong, and then we had this crazy wick. Um, this may come up a little bit on Monday, but I never trade Walmart, so don't take what I say as the gospel because I just don't trade Walmart because I don't like the way it moves. And if I were to buy it, I'd buy it when it did, like, let's say, like a wick like this, and then I just buy it and hold on to it. Uh, Disney, uh, it had shown some promise. It had got up here. We needed to get here, obviously. So it's going to take a little downturn, but I have hopes that it will come back up. I just have hopes. This is just personal hopes. So but we're in it around the 90-ish area, and we're um, just trying to get our money back for a bad play that we're in. AMD, all over the place. Some big wick ups, and some big wick downs. Could be trending down. I don't know. I don't know. It was going down for the longest, and I just don't know. So I'm not gonna say anything. I know chips have been crazy. All at first they were strong. Now apparently they're weak due to some stuff Biden's been doing. So I really don't know. Based off of this, chips may be weak. Um, Nike, Nikete, uh, uh, big wick up, and then a candle, crazy candle down. So it has been strong. It has been starting to go up. If you had got it at this low at 90, we were waiting for it to hit this level. It never did, and it's been strong coming up. So we missed it trying to be, I don't know what you want to call it, cheap or whatever. But I'm not a big retail person anyway, so I didn't really care. Um, but it'll probably get down there again. Nike, McDonald's. Um, was listening to McDonald's CEO on the Squawker, uh, and yeah, so it hit this area. It didn't hit the area we had for it, and started to come up. So the question is just this just a break, you know? And it's starting to come back up in the zone. It whipped up. Let's see. Could potentially come back down here. I will say this area that we had was kind of like a bottom, you know? Um, that it's it comes down here, but it doesn't seem like it develops a good amount of support. It just seems like it just crashes down here and then automatically comes back up. So for it to do it here, I don't know. I could think this could come back down, but it doesn't really matter because we never got into it anyway. So But obviously, if it came down to that level we had highlighted, we'd probably get in it. Dollar General, I don't care about this. It did basically hit our level. Uh, but honestly, I still wouldn't get into this. I let it come back. Campbell's, I noticed that our favorite Campbell's was now under 40. So um I want to see if it can uh hang out around here and then come back up. May if it goes a little bit low, if the FANG stocks are good and this goes down, I may want to average in. We saw before here, it kind of hung out around here, uh, September, uh, even through November. It hung out around here and didn't really come up till December. So we may be able to play this game, Elisa, with the back and forth 40, 38 to 41 or whatever, just back and forth, back and forth, back and forth from this 38 to 40 level. And maybe we just play that game until November or whenever it starts to get really cold, and then we just let it run up over the months. So we got to pick a time that when we're gonna get out, but I think we're fine playing the game now. So Home Depot, don't care. It's not low enough for me, and I just don't want to have. I don't feel like dealing with it now. And I'd rather see if it tanks. UPS, Target. I don't know if Target has found the bottom yet. Um, but if it has, I still wouldn't go with it. If I like all this stuff, I'd probably get into Macy's before I get into that. So, uh, maybe this is gonna come up a little bit. If God was gracious, it would. Dick's, uh, eh. When it starts to come up, you'll know. It could be coming up because of the holidays to fill the gap, but yeah, uh, I just I don't have a nice opinion of it. Peton, it's been weak. We had told you guys to kind of like see if you could ride it up to like that 7 area. Was 690 to 790 or something like that, and basically filling this gap. Um, and it just looks weaker than I thought, but we may have not hit the holiday season. So maybe it will start coming up when we hit the holiday season. Let's see. I want to give it a chance, but um, let's see how it holds this 480, this $5 level. Um, but I still have a feeling it's going to come up. I don't really have anything else. Um, and I wanted to see if you want to, let's look at DraftKings really quick. If you want to look at any of your articles, man, DraftKings was doing fine. Um, so um, I wish it could continue to build some support here. Uh,
Can you look at GM real quick?
uh, yeah, so it did get to the gutter. I thought it may go a little bit lower with the crazy news, but it really doesn't seem like it bottoms out. So here, every time it's hit here, it's come up. So it's just a question of if this issue with the negotiations and all of that, and they had some issue with like airbags or something again. If this is gonna bring it down to these COVID levels, but even before COVID, as you can see, it always like this issue. But if we play our humps here, it looked like this could be turning down. So I think they may just be trying to slow roll this. Um, this has always been a level here, but they got a lot of bad stuff going on, and we tried to get in early, based off of the original news that came up, but it looks like this could be swinging down. But that's just my thoughts. Um, and I'm not professional. That's just my opinion, and it's not investment or trading advice. But anything else you're interested in, E, or should I just hand the reins over to you?
Do you mind taking a picture of the notas?
Let's see. Chat. Let's see. Oh shoot, what was that?
That's
Well,
my
why would
article.
you do that?
I'm sorry. I thought you were done with the
No, I would have told you. Okay, all right.
right,
Put the
sorry.
chat up. Put the chat up so I can take a picture.
Oh, you want me to put the chat up? Yeah.
Yeah, because I was. That's why I had put it up so I could take the picture.
Sorry, I thought you could like pop it like this and take a picture.
No, you asked me to take it, and I had turned it on and was about to
Yes,
take it.
I apologize.
Do, do, do,
I
do.
forgot to also add meta.
Uh, well, you can add it now. Let me know when the chat's up there. I don't know if I can see it. Okay, I have to do it on my thing. Okay, so let me do it. Let me send this. So now I'm gonna send it to you to make sure nothing goes terrible here.
Hmm.
All right. Let me know if you received it.
I don't have the phono.
Okay. So you can take the reins now.
Do you see my screen?
Yes, I do.
Okay, I found this article interesting just looking at it. However, um, um, I don't know if you wanna look
Whatever
at.
you want to do is fine with me.
I found this one. It says car owners fall behind on payments at a highest rate on record. Gas deals beyond 2050 show a reality gap on Europe climate goals. Energy stock keep rising after Middle East tensions widen. Which one of these three would you like, or are you interested in listening one more than?
I like two out of the three, the first and the third one.
All right, so let's see if we can listen to both of those. I don't like the voices on this guy, but that's just my opinion.
You're welcome to read it if you want.
No, I don't want to read it. I'm being lazy today.
Car owners fall behind on payments at highest rate on record. Americans are falling behind on their auto loans at the highest rate in nearly 3 decades.
Can you hear it, Leanna?
Yes, I just
Yes,
put
I just
myself
put
on
myself
mute
on.
because I don't want
Okay.
to have feedback.
I want us to make sure.
I'll
With
tell you.
interest rates making newer loans more expensive, millions of car owners are struggling to afford their payments. It's a clear indication of distress at a time when the economy is sending mixed signals, particularly about the health of consumer spending. The percent of subprime auto borrowers at least 60 days past due on their loans rose to 6.11% in September, the highest in data going back to 1994, according to Fitch Ratings. In April, that figure slipped from a previous high of 5.93% in January. But after burning through tax returns, contending with a shakier job market and grappling with still elevated inflation, more car owners have become delinquent. Behind the surge is both higher car prices and borrowing costs. And with the Federal Reserve indicating it plans to keep rates higher for longer, the problem is likely to persist, especially as millions of Americans recently started paying their federal student loans again. The subprime borrower is getting squeezed, said Margaret Rowe, Senior Director with the Asset-Backed Securities Group at Fitch. They can often be a first line of where we start to see the negative effects of macroeconomic headwinds. Arielle Larson, a 27-year-old college student in Maryland, knew it was risky to neglect her car payment, but she just didn't have the money. When she looked out her window one morning in mid-August and couldn't see her 2015 Toyota Prius, she immediately knew what had happened: repossession. After transferring from the University of Maryland Eastern Shore to Towson University in May, she struggled to find a new job. Her old one had been an on-campus position that she had to give up when changing schools, despite applying to more than 20 positions. She could barely afford her rent bill of $900, so her $468 monthly car bill fell by the wayside. Larson didn't have the money to get her car back after it was seized, so it went to auction. Now, she's stuck walking hours to campus each day for classes. It's been very stressful. It's like, how do I get around now? She said. I don't leave the house much because getting to places takes forever. Affordability crunch. Having access to a car is a necessity for millions living in areas without reliable transportation. Yet, prices for both used and new vehicles are historically high, declining only slightly from peaks during the pandemic, which has priced out many low-income workers who often need a car to get to work. For those with the best credit scores, interest rates are about 5.07% for a new car and 7.09% for a used vehicle on average, according to Bankrate. And for those with the worst credit, rates are about 14.18% and 21.38% for new and used cars, respectively. Josephine Cravacchioli in Denver said that with her credit score of 580, she's paying an interest rate of 13.58% on her 2019 Honda Ridgeline truck. The expense comes out to roughly $700 a month for the loan and insurance. The 28-year-old makes $17.50 an hour at Costco, so she's struggling to make her car payment along with her rent, all while she tries to pay down more than $20,000 in credit card debt. She's trying to trade in the car for something cheaper, but that's difficult while she's behind on payments and worried it might be seized. It's a constant thing for me. I'm checking it to make sure it's not repossessed, Cravacchioli said. They said as long as I pay before the next pay date I'm fine, but have to make a payment before next month. Repossession uptick. As payment delinquencies rise, repossessions are expected to increase accordingly. Cox Automotive estimates that 1.5 million vehicles will be seized this year, up from 1.2 million last year, although that's still below pre-pandemic levels. Kelly Donnell, a 31-year-old bartender in Raleigh, North Carolina, had her car repossessed after her tips started to dry up earlier this year and she began to miss her $400 auto payments. Her parents were able to loan her the money to get back the 2019 Jeep Cherokee, which she bought in August 2021 for $19,000. But now she's in debt to them on top of her usual expenses, which keep increasing with inflation, especially on her diminished salary. When the economy takes a hit, I feel it, she said. I make $2 an hour and live on tips. When things get more expensive, people have less money and they're tipping less. So there goes my wages.
Okay, I wrote down Cox Automotive as a potential thing to investigate because they're the ones that are, but people, what stocks can we look at that they give auto loans? We should,
You can look at your crazy stock, Carvana.
yes, ma'am.
I'm going to be nice and say anything about these people who lost their cars.
We can talk about that offline, Leanna.
Yeah, I'm just
have my own opinions as too.
Yes.
And you know what they are, and
Yeah.
we'll just leave it at that because my opinion is probably worse
all
than yours.
three of these people. I was watching a YouTube video, and the guy used the term demo people, and I'll just say demo people.
I'll just to let you know that your opinion is probably more healthier than mine because I'm very judgmental. And that's it. Did you want to hear this?
I'm just saying the example that they show is not a good example. Let's put it that way.
This is real life. and P for our locals. Energy stocks keep rising after Middle East tensions widen. Did you want to hear about that?
Yeah, if we have time, yeah, keep going.
We have 5 minutes.
Ah,
Let's see how long this will take. Oh man, don't tell me this don't have a reading person.
dun 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 dun.
Ah,
Someone's gonna have
I don't
to repeat.
want to. Oh, there it is. 2 minutes and 20. We have enough time.
Energy stocks keep rising after Middle East tensions widen. Energy stocks are heading for their second weekly gain and could continue to perform well as global tensions push oil prices higher. The S&P 500 Energy Index rose nearly 1% this week, and climbed 4.5% last week, as crude oil prices have jumped. As the Israel-Gaza war shows signs of spreading in the Middle East, traders have grown more concerned that in addition to the human tragedy, the supply of oil could be disrupted, further boosting prices. Crude prices could easily go above $100 a barrel in the event that the conflict between Israel and Hamas spreads across the Middle East, said Rebecca Babin, a senior energy trader at CIBC Private Wealth. Brent crude futures prices were about $92 a barrel on Friday. The spread of conflict, especially if Iran becomes more involved in the fighting, could help boost shares of exploration and production companies like Diamondback Energy Incorporated, Permian Resources Corporation, Colin Petroleum Company, Northern Oil and Gas Incorporated, and Chord Energy Corporation, said Neil Dingman, an equity research analyst at Truist Securities. The S&P Energy Index has been the top performing of 11 sectors since the war began. Oil majors, including Chevron Corporation and ExxonMobil Corporation, have gained even as the broader market has weakened. There are risks to these companies as energy prices jump. Higher oil prices may lead to lower demand for crude and its products, as happened in 2021, when energy prices spiked on tight supplies of gas from Russia and risks of lower global oil flows. And global economic activity is already slowing as a result of tighter monetary policy. It's been especially notable in Europe, where weak industrial activity weighs on energy demand, with some traders saying some demand for natural gas may never come back. Demand has recently seemed to start to be constrained when Brent crude prices are above $95 a barrel, said Babin. Emerging countries can take the hardest hit as they're facing both higher crude costs and their weaker local currencies compared with a strong dollar, which is a double whammy on cost of crude, she added. But for now, there may be room for energy stocks to keep rising, and buying them may be a way to bet on tension widening in the Middle East. Global conflict only causes higher prices for expected energy needs, said Cole Smead, president of Smead Capital Management, which owns shares of energy companies including Chevron and ExxonMobil. While investors aren't clamoring for oil stocks yet, they'll have to buy them in the end. Conflict will sharpen their interest in the space.
Yeah, I was a little distracted, so I didn't hear everything.
Did you want me to put it again? It's 2 minutes. Oh, no, we
Yeah,
don't have enough
why
time.
not?
We only have a minute.
So
Oh,
that'll
no,
be fine.
Energy stocks keep rising after Middle East tensions widen. Energy stocks are heading for their second weekly gain and could continue to perform well as global tensions push oil prices higher. The S&P 500 Energy Index rose nearly 1% this week, and climbed 4.5% last week, as crude oil prices have jumped. As the
All right,
Israel-Gaza
Elisa,
war shows
that's
signs
enough.
of spreading in the Middle East, traders have grown
I
more
got
concerned that in addition to the human tragedy, the supply of oil could be disrupted, further boosting prices. Crude prices could easily go above
Elisa.
$100 a barrel
I
in
know.
the
Hold
event
on.
that
I'm
the
trying to find
conflict
the stop
between
button.
Israel and Hamas spreads across the Middle
All
All
right,
right.
with
So
thought.
we, huh?
This article is in line with my thought process.
That's why it's good to look at these articles, and that's why I like to look at, even for just a little side eye.
So
Most
we can try
Moderna.
to, like, going forward, at least do 3 articles per review. 2
Yes, but we have to
per
speed up
vision. Yes,
our
yes,
thing, and we can get to 3 articles. Okay, so let's
yes.
see.
I'm only gonna do reviews on 1 page from now on. So
Okay, most read. Moderna shaves off 7 billion in value. Saudi Arabia moves buying Dassault combat jets, and Tribune says Web Summit CEO. These are the most read. U.S. pushes for this. Blah 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 blah. I still like. Whatchamacallit better.
yeah,
But this is what we have.
beggars
Uh,
confusing.
So we will continue with what we have because obviously WSJ quit on me. So this is the next thing we have. Okay, let's see. Oh,